That's what's really good. Sherry Jones Moffat, y'all. Encourage yourself in the Lord. That's what's really good. You know, because when you ain't got nobody left, He's always there, never leaving you, never forsaking you, always being there to the end of the age. Yeah, that was taken from Donald Lawrence, the finale, and I hope you did enjoy it. And welcome back. This is a segment that we just implemented into the Jaycen Moody project called Off the Dome. All right, off the dome. And off the dome simply means just a topic that comes to mind that has relative significance that you just want to share about at the spur of the moment. You follow what I'm saying to you? So first of all, thank y'all for tuning in. Jaycen Moody Project, live and direct. Thank you so much, y'all, that have been visiting me on the Facebook page, etc., etc., and all the social networks, because you know, can't do it without you. For real, for real. From the Crack House, the House of God is doing extremely well, and I owe it all to you guys for supporting me in that endeavor. For real, keep hope alive. From the rooter to the tutor, you know I love y'all. For real, for real. But getting me to my point tonight, let me just start by saying I get it. I really get it. Now, what I mean by that when I say I really get it is I understand that you cannot blame certain men for acting like women. You just can't. You know, as much as they try to mask the machismo, or excuse me, as much as they try to attempt to mask the feminine characteristic that they display on a regular basis with machismo, I get it. And let me say right now, for all you brothers who act like women, it ain't your fault. Now, let me say this. Now, y'all know how I operate. You know I shoot from the hip. I stay in my corner until you come in it. Then one or two things are gonna happen. Either I'm gonna bite your left leg off or I'm gonna bite your right leg off. So don't go hitting me on the email. Don't go hitting me on the Facebook. Don't feel pressed to say nothing slick after my comment. Because quite frankly, this is my show. And I can pretty much say anything I want. Now, you got two options. You can watch me, or you cannot watch me. For real, for real. Now, if I offend you, the only option I would think for you to have is not to watch me. Because I'm going to say what I feel that needs to be said. And don't get me wrong, it ain't always the right thing. It ain't always the correct thing. But you going to get what you get. Got it? Good. Now, you can't blame them for acting like women. Now, as much as they try to mask the machismo or the feminine characteristic with machismo, in the minute that you begin to question their manhood, or the minute you begin to see the holes that are beginning to show in their masculinity, that's the minute that they climb up on the highest ladder, the tallest tree, the highest mountain that they could find, and talking about how much of a manly man they are. And in actuality, it's only because you and maybe somebody else like you or like me are recognizing how much of manly men they're really not. You follow what I'm saying? And I'm gonna let y'all off the hook. For real, for real. I'm gonna let y'all off the hook because it ain't your fault. Because all you can do is show us. All you can do is allow us to see what you've been shown. And when my personal opinion, like I said, like it or love it, the dog's on top, hate it or love it, go ahead and envy me. I'm Public Jack says MVP, and I ain't going nowhere. until you get to know me. Anyway, that's a whole nother, that's something else. I'm sorry, that was a sidebar. But anyway, you can only allow us to see what you've been shown. And when you act like a woman, all you're doing is showing us that you've been under the thumb of what I believe to be some old masculine woman that has pretty much dominated your life all your life. Now, I don't particularly care whether you get mad. I don't particularly care whether you have a problem with what I'm saying. But what I will say this, and I will wrap it up. Listen, man, tuck your skirt in because it doesn't match your suit. You're gonna be man, you're gonna man up, just man up. If you got a problem with me, say you got a problem with me. If you don't like the way I move, you know what I'm saying, I wouldn't necessarily suggest you tell me that, you know what I'm saying, unless you got a pretty good reason. Because, you know, then I feel all threatened that you're trying to get at me, and you know, you can't back a big dog in the corner because, quite frankly, you're gonna get bitten. But you already know that. But if you got a problem with me, say you got a problem with me. Don't walk around me and, you know, when you see me coming, you turn your head and you pretend like you don't see me until I pass and stuff like that. Men don't do that. Men don't sit around with other men and talk about another man. Men don't do that. That's not what we do. Where I'm from, a man, if I got a problem with you, I'm gonna say, look here, bro, let me rap to you a minute. We need to sit down and, you know what I'm saying, chop it up a couple ticks, as they used to say back in the 60s. I'm not gonna talk about you. I'm not gonna talk about you. I'm not gonna sit around and have other men join in with my, you know what I'm saying, with my women with penises party and talk about another man. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, when you act like a woman, man, it is not becoming. When you act like a woman, man, all you're gonna do is attract men that act like women. When you act like a woman, man, all you're gonna do is have the type of men around you that act like you do. And you know what, quite frankly, that's a whole nother subject, but that might explain why you got the kind of brothers around you that you got around you. Because maybe you comfortable with that. Maybe you comfortable with the fact that you have so many of those kind of men around you. Maybe that's why you sprout how much of a man you really are, because it makes them soft niggas that you got around you really think that you were really a manly man. And then when guys like me come around and start poking holes in it, you feel threatened, not because I'm poking holes in it, because the jokers around you gonna see how much of a manly man you really not. You know what? Did anybody write that down? Because that was powerful. That was powerful. But anyway, I appreciate you. Bless your life. Live your dream, man. This has been another installment, the first installment of Off the Dome. You ain't gotta like it, but you can't beat the winner, baby. All right? Peace.